Even those of us who love the theater have probably watched more movies than plays in our lives. Even our first experiences with the play we will ultimately come to love is often watching a movie based on the play. For example, I love John Cameron Mitchell and Stephen Trask's musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch. But my first experience with it was watching Mitchell's 2001 movie on a screen, not watching their 1998 play on a stage. Understandably, then, all those movies have influenced the ways we will think about dramatic writing, even if we haven't read the screenplays on which they have been based. So it's important to explicitly point out at the start of our semester together that plays are not screenplays. Because they are both forms of dramatic writing, they do, of course, have some similarities, but they are not the same. One of the most important similarities to keep in mind is that with dramatic writing, your audience will be watching and listening to your play or to your movie. They will not be reading your script. Because of that, you cannot rely on exposition to communicate your characters' backstories and current thoughts to your audience, as you could in, say, fiction writing. Because they'll be watching and listening to your drama, whether on a stage or on a screen, you will need to tell your story through a combination of visual action and verbal dialogue. However, the balance between that visual action and that verbal dialogue is one of the main differences between a play and a screenplay. That's because a play is meant to be acted out in front of an audience. That is, the audience will watch it live on a stage. Because of that, fewer scene changes are possible than in a screenplay. That tends to translate to fewer, longer scenes. Because of that, in plays, there tends to be more emphasis on verbal dialogue. A screenplay, on the other hand, is meant to be acted out in front of a camera. That is, the audience will watch it recorded on a screen. Because of that, more scene changes are possible than in a play. That translates to more and shorter scenes. Because of that, in screenplays, there tends to be more emphasis on visual action. So, one of the important topics for us to discuss early in the semester is how those differences between plays and screenplays create practical considerations that we should keep in mind when we are writing a play as opposed to a screenplay.